All right, so we are following this breaking news right here as a jury has just announced that Karmelo Anthony, they have found him guilty of murder. This is a live look right here from outside of the courthouse. And earlier, we did see some very tense moments between folks there outside of the courthouse.
Damn, bro, that's fucking insane, bro.
Oh, he's guilty. Guilty of murder. Just like that.
What do we want?
Y'all guilty.
Guilty of murder. Somebody clip this for me. Clip this right now.
Yeah. Let's go, y'all. Guilty. The verdict is in. It's guilty.
I need to get this posted out right now.
Nothing is happening here.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not shocked. I seen this coming. I told you guys you had that judge, John Roach Jr. He took all the cameras out, so nobody knew what was going on inside the courtroom. But this is a guy that has to be voted in by the people that live in that county. He has to go and be voted, right? So, like, listen, he has to be elected. Texas judges are elected by registered voters of their specific county in partisans elections. I told y'all that. So there's no way in the world he was going to preside on that bench and then have to go back to those people. They would never put him there, right? The DA, Greg Willis, he has to run every 4 years to be voted, right? So he has to answer to the people. So Karmelo never had a fair, just no fair trial when everybody in the town wants his head. Everybody in the town wants him to be found guilty of murder. Right? So now they put manslaughter, but they went and came back within 15 minutes of murder. So they already was finding him guilty off rip. He was already going to be found not guilty. Now there was lawyers at the time that was talking about this, and they act like they're stunned because they said, well, there's no way that this could be first-degree murder. There's no way that this could be murder. This has to be manslaughter. Right? Based off the evidence. They was talking like this.
Along with us, Michael Jafer and Sonny Slaughter. We've all watched this trial play out through the eyes of Cody Thomas. And again, if I cut you off, it's because we're getting some transmissions from Cody. But Sonny, to you first here as we await this verdict. There are three basic scenarios. You've got guilty of murder, the top charge, which carries with it a potential life sentence. Next is manslaughter, put on the table today through the defense. The judge granted that. And then, of course, the third option, not guilty. How important is it for that jury and for the defense to have manslaughter on the verdict form?
I think it's really important because I do not feel like Karmelo Anthony had the initial intent or the intent to murder. I think it was reactionary. I think all of them should have calmed down. They didn't. And I just think, I don't think it was an intentional homicide, but I don't see this as a not guilty verdict at all because someone is dead, Austin is deceased, and that is a criminal act. So manslaughter is the best that they can hope for and with a lower sentencing, but I do not see Karmelo walking out of court today as a free young man.
Michael, do you agree that's a long shot?
I disagree with Sonny on this one. I think that there's a good chance he's going to be acquitted because here's why. There was only one testimony that I've seen is that he stabbed him one time. He didn't stab him multiple times. I do agree that he shouldn't have done it, and I do agree that it was maybe disproportionate. But there's a good chance that this jury is going to come back not guilty because they came back so. If this deliberation was 3 days, 4 days, I think I would tend to agree that probably they'll come back with manslaughter. But coming back in 3 hours, man, I can't imagine them coming back in 3 hours and finding him guilty. I feel like they're going to come back and find him not guilty. It's just I question the 3 hours. I just question that. So I think there's a good chance of that. But look, Could it be that they came back in 3 hours with manslaughter, and manslaughter was
got to
the
cut
gift
you
that
off.
they needed?
They are back on the record, according to our Cody Thomas inside the courtroom. The jury is heading into the courtroom. Karmelo is looking very serious, but expressionless.
Now, as a content creator, I've seen black lawyers online just really wanting Karmelo to go to jail. I see so many W folks want Karmelo to go to jail. They're united in the united front of putting this boy away for the rest of his life. But I see black people. I was on a panel yesterday with this black guy. He was just talking so bad. Your regular sellouts and Sambos, they want this. Remember, this kid doesn't have a police record. He come from an intact home. So y'all say that y'all don't like the so-called YNs, right? But now this boy ain't even a YN. It don't matter. You could be perfect. You can come from a great home. You got black people that want to see this boy go to jail for the rest of his life because they want close proximity to whiteness. This is the sad. This is. You know what it is though, and I always tell you guys, man, just take the emotion away because you can actually see how this thing play out. You could just see it play out, right? So now these people, they were talking about the case, but then the guy cut right in the middle because remember the defense rested yesterday, and they came right back today, deliberated and guilty. So he was already guilty.
We do know what comes next. Guilty of murder. This is Cody Thomas. The verdict is guilty. Guilty of murder, the top charge against Karmelo Anthony.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
Wow.
yeah, wow. Indeed. We'll watch the crowd outside. They will start to get this information momentarily. And if we could keep that camera up on the outside there, because it'll just be a matter of seconds before this crowd reacts.
Wow.
There's a live look outside the courthouse as people have gathered. Again, if you're just joining us, Karmelo Anthony has been found guilty of murder, the top charge in this case after just 3 hours of deliberation. Sonny, besides wow, which a lot of us are feeling, thoughts?
I was not expecting the top charge. I really was thinking that they would see manslaughter, still guilty, but manslaughter, different sentencing, but guilty of murder. So, you know, that's heavy.
Wow.
And I hope everyone just does not seem like everyone's going to be calm. It seems like we're going to have a problem there.
This is dumb.
You can see the...
This is dumb.
What is dumb, Michael?
I'm sorry, Ted. This is just dumb. This is stupid. I can't believe that this jury came back in 3 hours with guilty. I'm totally stunned. On top of that, this judge as well, not letting cameras in the courtroom. I mean, good job. Good job, Your Honor. Really, really, really good job. You handled it really, really well. You have this community that's about to get lit on fire. You don't allow cameras to go into a courtroom. The community already believes that this kid is being railroaded. And then look at what happened. Your jury came back within 3 hours for a guilty verdict for a kid who used a 4-inch knife one time, didn't use it multiple times. Was it wrong? Yes. But was it murder, like beyond a reasonable doubt? No. And was it murder beyond a reasonable doubt within 3 hours? Absolutely not. This is insane. This is dumb.
Cody Thomas saying that there are tears on Karmelo's side of the courtroom, and they're going into the penalty phase immediately. So this, no one is leaving the courtroom. They're going to now go into the penalty phase. There's a huge, Karmelo Anthony is a young man. He is now 19. And the sentencing for the top charge, in a lot of states, you're found guilty of murder, you're going away, sometimes for life without, or at least 25 to life before you're eligible.
So what I'm hoping is if it's true that picture of the judge, the DA, and Metcalf's father or somebody, like they had a connection, and there's something in the game, Maybe they can bring this back up on appeal. Listen, I don't know about this lawyer, man. You know, they didn't have the cameras in the courtroom, but that lawyer broke it down. He said, man, they came back within 3 hours of a first degree, right? This ain't good. You took the cameras out. He said, man, this city's about to be in trouble, man, right? But we seen the railroad. We saw this before, and it's 2026, and they want to do that now. I think he's going to sit for a minute, but he's going to come down off appeal, because if they do have a video, right, or they do have some things that wasn't admitted in court, and that stuff get to come out in the next trial, right? I think that he's gonna sit for about 1 to 2 years, and man, he'll be home, in my opinion, because I feel like they wanted to hit him as much as they can hit him with, to get him to sit for a while until the appeal process go through, and at some point they'll get out. But by that time, they'll have some prison time on them. That's the way I see it, because they did it to my son, right? They did it to my son, right? The DA at that time recommended probation, and then they recommended 1.5 to 3. The judge gave him 11.5 to 22 years. After the appeal process, it took 4.5 years and got him out. They got him out after that, but by that time they got damn near 5 years out of him. That's what I see. That's what I see them doing to Karmelo now, because if all this stuff is true and what people were saying in the retrial, when it comes back for appeal, we'll see. Because remember, he didn't get no fair trial. It's impossible to get a fair trial when you got the judge and the DA and all these people that got to go in, and they got to be voted in by the people of the goddamn town. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.